My cookies sweet like lollipops. Fresh in the morning, welcome to my candy shop. Mirukurate flavors on your lips. Sick going on a bubble tea trip. Going on a bubble tea trip.
Welcome everyone to Akuno High School Spell Club, our new short-form campaign where we're shaking things up a little bit. We're not playing Dungeons & Dragons this time. Instead, we're doing some good old Kids on Brooms, has been the wet dream of Bad Hair Gaming for a while now. I have finally said, yes, we will do it. Let's do this. But it's going to be with a twist. With a twist. Instead of your standard European-centric Harry Potter style of Kids on Brooms, we're going a little bit more Japanesey, a little bit more anime, a little bit more weeb. Now, before we get into the story, let's do a brief rundown of the system. It's really, really easy and tight, so no worries. You do not have to know a billion things. It's not like D&D where you're going to be like, I don't know how this works. It's super easy. Let's get into this. Kids on Brooms is a rules light system, so at its core, super easy to manage. Each one of the characters has stats that match up with the 6 main polyhedral dice. Now, for those of you that have looked at your character sheets, you'll see that each of the stats has from a D4 to a D20, each one of them having just one of the different dice. When it comes time to do something, basically anything in the game, I, the game master, I'll figure out the difficulty number between 1 and 20 and what stat to roll. Then my wonderful players here will roll the type of die they have in that stat. You're trying to meet or exceed the target number. But some of the dice are so tiny, you can't roll that high. Well, no worries, because sometimes you can get a lucky break. If the die rolls its maximum number, then that's a lucky break and it rolls again. And this can keep happening if you keep rolling its maximum number. So that means even though the D4 is much smaller than the D20, it has a much higher chance to keep rolling those lucky breaks to bring that number up. Thankfully, we're in Foundry, so I've automated this. You'll see on your little hotbars at the bottom, there's like a button for each one of the dice. Whenever you roll the dice using the hotbar there, it's already set as exploding, which is like the lucky breaks. So it will just keep doing it for us. No thinking necessary. We don't want math. If you're doing a non-magical action, then there is probably a bonus for this in the stat bonus of the rolls that was dependent on your age or what benefits that you had. You'll see this on your character sheet beside the die number. It'll say stat. And if you're doing some awesome magical shit, then the wand may have given you a magical bonus, which you will see as the little magic number beside that polyhedral die. Additionally, all magical rolls add an extra 1d4 to them, which can also explode with a lucky break just like everything else. Each of these character sheets also has a number of adversity tokens. You start each session with 3 adversity tokens, and every time you fail a roll, you get 1 more. Adversity tokens can be spent at any time for a +1 to the roll for every adversity token you can spend, and you can spend any number of them. Also, as long as an action is not a snap decision, basically it's not something that's just happening very suddenly that you can't think about, you can spend your adversity tokens on someone else's roll, as long as you can explain how you've helped them in some way. If the roll is a success, you guys get to narrate how the success happens. If the player fails, you get an adversity token, and I, the game master, get to narrate how you fail. I realize a lot of my players, as well as many of you watching, that haven't seen this system before. So there's one thing that's sort of missing. You're probably expecting some sort of health score or some way to record your hit points. Well, fun fact, Kids on Brooms works a little differently. It has no health score. It has no way to keep track of your health whatsoever. Depending on how well you succeed or how dramatic the effect is or how badly you fail, it depends. That sort of narrates what's going to happen. If this meant some sort of deadly spell duel on school grounds, there's no health because we narrate what happens according to how well you succeeded. I might determine the spell broke your arm or maybe just stunned you a little. But also if the roll is good enough or bad enough, this could just mean death. There's no health because we narrate how things go. We just use my own common sense. Now, for those familiar with Kids on Brooms, one final point here. We're going to be running with a custom rule here called Over the Top Dice. Since this has a bit of an anime inspiration to it, once per scene, per player, if a player has done some sort of action requiring a roll, and they describe this over-the-top, awesome, mega, ultra, anime-style super technique to accomplish this task, then they get to roll the over-the-top dice, which is an additional 1d6. So without further ado, let's get into Akuno High School Spell Club. In the middle of the afternoon, and school is just ending for the day. It's beautiful and sunny out, the birds are singing, and it has been the first day of class for the year. All of you, except for one, are in your first year at Akuno High, a high school for a small town, and it's normal, everyday students, which up until recently, you thought you were. Then, over the summer break, something happened, and you found yourself able to do things you never could before. As each of you walk out of your classes, your last classes for the day, and you remember back to that strange day, your memories pulling the scene away from this beautiful morning and swinging back in time a couple of weeks. It's rainy, with thunder and lightning rumbling in the distance. Despite it being a summer day, it's cool enough you'd almost want to wear a sweater or jacket. Takashima Yoshiko. The scene zooms in on you during this dark and stormy day as you remember clearly where you were and when you suddenly discovered the world of magic. What were you doing at this time, and when something unexplainably magical just happened? Describe to us this scene.
So Yoshiko is helping to tend to her grandmother's shrine. As the stormy weather is blowing leaves onto it, she's known about magic for some time because of her grandmother. However, she didn't think that she thought it maybe skipped her until this day, when while trying to sweep leaves, she falls. Being very clumsy, she falls and is about to fall on her face when something stops her from hitting the pavement.
Okay. What is it that stopped you? Was it something that you did?
Yoshiko doesn't quite know at first. She just thought that she didn't want to break her nose.
Okay.
So there's something that she can't see anything holding her or anything like that, but something is stopping her from physically touching the ground.
So it's only spitting at the moment. It's not raining horribly, but you do hear the rumbling of the thunder in the distance. And you're out at the shrines right now, trying to sort of commune with Grandma, paying your respects to your ancestors, things like this. And yeah, you didn't hit hard, which was really nice. You didn't hit hard. And out of just the corner of your eye, just for a moment, you thought you saw something, a flash of blue, maybe, from amongst one of the other shrines nearby.
She'll approach.
As you approach the other shrines, from around the shrines, these little blue spirits, or of some kind, seemed to be flitting around it. They weren't visible at first. And in fact, at first, it was almost like when you cross your eyes and everything's kind of blurry, but it's the longer you stare at them, the more of a feeling of clarity you get, the more a feeling of these things are real, and they actually begin to coalesce for you. Like you should have been seeing them all along, but you couldn't. And these little spirits are sort of flitting and dancing around the shrine in the distance. So you're at the shrines for your grandmother. So your grandmother is obviously passed at this point. And in the distance, just for a moment, in a brief flash of the lightning, as the storm is approaching closer and closer, with the rumbling in the background, just for a moment, you swear you saw the form of your grandmother smiling by the one shrine, but you shake your head and she's not there any longer. Finally, one of the little spirits comes up and looks at you, sort of bounces around, and you hear,
"Oh, hello there."
"Hello."
"Oh, was that you?"
"We caught you.
We caught you.
Oh, well, thank you.
You can see us now. You couldn't see us before.
I know. I don't know why.
You're awake now.
Grandma always talked about things here. I thought it was just stories. This is amazing.
Takashima-san, we know her. She says you have things to do. You need to be awake. So she sent us to get you, to wake you.
Thank you. Well, what now?
Well, you're going to need stuff. You need to be equipped. What you're going to do is very important. Your grandmother, she left things here for you. One moment. Guys, get the shit!
And the little spirit flits away for a second. You hear a bunch of like crashing and banging as a bunch of junk seems to be like thrown out, but from behind some of one of the shrines, like a shovel and a corkscrew, an old CRT television just crashing into the middle. You have no idea where this stuff is coming from. But eventually you get to the point where it comes back out and it's holding a small box and a broom. And, it comes towards you with a small box and a broom.
She picks up the broom and looks at it. And as she picks it up, she's like gets a sliver from the broom. It's just like, ah!
Careful.
The broom is a sleek, pure white broom with translucent white and clear bristles.
This is what am I to do with this?
That will let you help others. That will let you fly when the time is right. You might not know yet, but you will know. And
they say fly as she's like sweeping with the broom and like looks at them like, oh.
No. Oh, gosh. No, yeah. Have you never watched Kiki's Delivery Service? Fuck's sakes. Okay. You will need the broom. Just don't screw with the broom. Don't screw with the broom. That's a bad idea. No. And in the box. Open the box.
She like cautiously opens the box and looks inside.
Inside are two things. One is a wand. It appears to be a bamboo wand. Although at the very end of it, where the handle is, you can see just at the tip of it a little bit of iron sticking out.
This is your wand, your grandmother's wand, Takashima-san. She had it for her whole life, and it is yours now.
She told me about this. I thought it was just stories that she made up. She really did magic.
Yes, she did, and she tried to tell you, but today the spirits are weak. There are so few that can see into the spirit realm anymore. But with this, hopefully, you can do better. And she prepared for this day. She knew it would be around now. So there's the note.
You see inside of the box where the wand is. There's a note along with that.
Yes, she'll happily read the note.
Okay, opening up the note is it's actually more of a scroll. You open up and it's in a beautiful calligraphy. Looks like it was sort of hand painted by your grandmother. It definitely has her like little red stamp seal in the bottom of it, and in it says it says today's date, which is kind of confusing to you. How she could have known to such specificity that it would be today, but it's with today's date that it says, "Congratulations, my dearest, on being able to see what you needed to see all along. congratulations on finally achieving what you needed to, on becoming my real granddaughter. With this, as you attend school, they're going to need your help. There will be a club, organization, I don't know what they call it these days, but after school, you'll already be enrolled in it, and they'll teach you the way. They'll teach you how to do things.
She like looks down and looks up at the spirits, and she's gonna be like, "Did Grandma preemptively enroll me in a cult?"
No, I don't think it's a cult, but I mean, crazy old Bat could see the future, so she probably knew what was going on.
If it's at the school, wouldn't you know about something like that?
Oh no! If you can't see that shit, they got ways to hide it. You'll see.
I thought I knew everything about the clubs at school.
Oh, you're gonna need someone to guide you, I think. I'm Akiro, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
You're gonna need someone to guide you. So, we've enlisted one of the spirits to manifest for you, if you would have it. Feline, come here.
And another spirit comes out.
Touch this spirit and allow it to take the form of your dreams.
Okay. She like reaches out slowly and touches it.
So as you do so,
it right on the nose.
as you boop it on the nose, just like a boop, there's like a ripple over the entire spirit, and it begins to darken from the blue, but solidify and become less translucent as this black cat, but with like white wings that seems to sprout from the back, actually seems to appear.
Oh, wow.
It's with this that the rain begins to strengthen. All of the spirits, Akiro looks at you and goes,
"Good luck, and we'll check in eventually. I promise."
Well, I mean, like, if you live here, I'll see you all the time. I clean this place every day.
Wait, we'll see you then.
Yeah, see you then. Do you like coffee or sandwiches, or like should I
flowers, honey, just offerings,
okay.
Incense. We always love the smell of incense.
Okay. Yeah, I can work with that.
So it's with that the spirits they just fade into the background. They're gone. Feline is still with you, although as it nestles up to you, it like shakes for a second. You hear this like as the two wings like form into its back temporarily, and he looks up at you and he's like, I don't want to freak anyone out, you know.
Oh yeah, I get that, sure. And she'll like kind of like perch him on her shoulder.
Yeah, rule number one, you know, you can't let the Mundies, that's kind of what we're calling them these days, can't let the Mundies know about the magical world, huh?
Okay. That feels a little racist.
Nah, it's not racist, it's just that they're inherently different than you, so like lesser in a lot of ways, you know?
Yoshi tilts her head like you know, like a dog when it's confused.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, I gotta like practice this shit. 1 second. Meow. Yeah, it's pretty convincing. It's pretty convincing.
This is perfect. This will do.
All right, yeah. Let's do. And when I'm happy, let's try this. Yeah, it's a pretty good purr.
Okay. Okay. Do you eat anything?
I mean,
do you also eat honey, or like?
I probably don't gotta eat, but you know, taking this form, it's not like crave fish. Like, lots of fish. But chicken will do. Like, just about anything. Yeah. Kind of feel like I want some food now. It's like I don't need it, but now I got a physical body, and I don't know.
Yeah, Yoshiko will take even with this bundle of random stuff, take Feline to the market to get a fresh fish.
All right. Okay. So the rain is falling a bit more. I'm assuming you probably brought up an umbrella because you knew like the day has been kind of shitty all day.
No, she's not that prepared.
Oh, okay.
She's not that prepared. She's getting dumped on right now.
Oh, okay. So there she is. You're in like your normal, like, because this is several weeks before school started, so you're in your normal clothes or whatnot, but you're sopping like head to toe. Even though it was a cool day, you probably still forgot to bring a sweater, so you're just in like a t-shirt and jeans or whatever, just soaked and chilled to the bone. But you still make it.
She has fallen in puddles like a bare minimum of 3 times.
Oh, right. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so like the like your jeans are kind of scuffed on the knees, but thankfully they protected them to a degree at least, so they're a little bruised probably. But you show up, like you've got like some mud on your face, sopping wet. Being a stormy day, all the boats have already come in, so they, like, even if they were fishing, they probably came in preemptively anyways. So there's like a big influx of fish. And there's people packing it up. There's people, even though it's rainy, there's still some people like doing the local stalls that are like, they're for the restaurants and stuff like that. They're kind of like sticking it out no matter what anyways. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's fish of all sizes.
She'll like look up at Feline and be like, take your pick.
All right. What about like that one? And it like points at like this like giant salmon, like bigger than you.
she does like full like anime sweat drop, looks down like, I did say anyone, didn't I? And like we'll pay for the fish and like heft it over her shoulder. you can hear a crunch in your back. You know it's gonna affect you later in life at some point. He like licks his lip. He's like, oh yeah, I think this is a normal amount for a cat to eat. Yeah. He like some old lady's like looking over, wondering where the voices come from, and he just looks up at her and goes, meow. And then just like keeps walking. Amazing.
With that, you head off to, I'm assuming probably like a side, like a little side area. You're not in a bustling city. You are in a smaller town, probably on the coast, like most of the smaller towns. So like, obviously there'd be fishing. So it's not like there's side alleys per se, but there's plenty of spaces between the buildings where there's just like nobody. So if you even wanted to just like go to like a side area, it's kind of sheltered due to some overhangs and whatnot, so you're not being completely poured down on from the rain around. And yeah,
she's like trying to like block the rain with the broom while holding the fish.
Okay.
And like holding the box with the wand under like one arm with the cat like on her shoulder.
So you got like this like broom over you, and it's not a very like wide base broom, so it's not really blocking that much, but like the attempt is appreciated. And then the cat just like basically burrows into this fish because like he can fit inside of it if he needed to. Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's all for you. Oh, okay. You enjoy, Feline. So glad to have a new friend.
Just like part of him like bursts out of the side of the fish, like a bit of like ichor and guts spraying out. He's like, sorry. Yeah. You want a bite?
No, you know what? That's all you.
Cause if you want me to like share or something, I can share with you.
It is a great bonding gift that is for you, so that you and me, you we got this.
I like super appreciate it, because like I haven't had a body in like a long time.
Yeah, I bet.
If I ever had one, I don't really remember. Anywho, you got any questions like for me or stuff like that? Since I'm like here to guide you and shit.
Today's been a lot,
Yeah, I mean, you just like found out magic's like a thing, and then your grandma was magic, and then you were like too obtuse to like fully embrace that, and then you got a talking cat that is majestic, by the way.
Yes, quite majestic.
Yeah.
I think maybe I just like. I'd rather have this conversation when I'm dry.
Okay, yeah, a little processing time. I get you.
I can't hear myself think over the squish of my shoes.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like starts crying a little bit.
Which, like, he looks up, but because of the pouring rain, doesn't notice the crying per se. He's like, all right, well, back to the fish. Like, doesn't pick up whatsoever. You're just, like, silently sobbing in the rain while your pet's ignoring you and just digging into a fish. Happy as everything.
You enjoy that, new friend, Feline. You enjoy that?
Hell yeah, good day.
She'll make her merry way home, sopping and miserable.
All right, yeah. You make your way home. So what is your home life like? Like, what kind of home do you live in, and like what is your family like?
So while her grandmother was very whimsical, like her mom was the opposite, like just very straight-laced. She didn't really think about like in much of like any kind of nonsensical stuff. Like, was very by the book, studied very well, got good grades, became, well, I don't know, Japanese, we'll say like doctor.
Okay.
Who married to probably another doctor or somebody who, you know, so that they're well off. They're still in a very small home. But where Yoshi is like very much head in the clouds and like very whimsical, her mother is very like straight-laced, and so that like you know, like she kind of does her own thing.
So I picture like this. If you were like watching this in an anime, this would be the type of thing where it's like, it's animated in such a way that your parents are these aloof intellectuals, such that they're drawn in a way like where you never really see their faces. You just see them in the background, like dad's there with the newspaper, mom's like probably in the kitchen tinkering around, or maybe in her office or something. And they'll be like, hi honey, welcome home. And like, they'll like, maybe your father, like there's a glint of his glasses for a second as you see a, please don't splash on the floor, dear. And then just like goes back to his reading, like no concern.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry. Yeah, I'll clean that up.
Excellent, honey. Don't forget your summer studies, of course. Can't spend all day playing around. Oh, children.
Oh, I was cleaning Grandma's shrine. I mean, you guys kind of neglect it. So
yes, dear, very good, very good.
She's gonna like kind of like nod and like kind of drop her head again and like run up the stairs with the fish and everything still in tow. Again, slipping and like banging her knee on one stair and like fucking smacking her jaw on the other stair.
Imagine even like having taken your shoes off at the front, there's still the squelching of like your wet socks, like going up the wooden steps.
Yeah. She's very slippery. It takes a while for her to actually get up the stairs. The cat's probably, or like, Feline is probably looking at her like she's like, just like, lost cause.
Feline,
really wonder how many times children's services have been called on them because of all her injuries.
Maybe, yeah, right? So Feline, noticing that your parents aren't really paying much attention, does sort of like unfurl his wings a little bit because he is so bloated right now from what he has eaten, because he ate the whole fish. Somehow he ate the entire fish, and it doesn't look like he physically could walk up the stairs. So he's kind of doing like little flight hops, like whoop thump, whoop thump, whoop thump, like going up one step at a time, before finally like rolling into your room to follow you. You like sliding the door shut. Yeah, and that's when you make it home, and you've got your broom, you've got your wand, you've got your familiar, and you know that in a couple weeks' time, Akuno High School is going to open again, and it's going to be your first year in high school. So not only do you have to deal with the anxiety of it being your first year of high school, but now you got to deal with this magical club after high school, which hopefully you'll find out more once you've received your like schedule, your timetable for it.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to pull the scene out again. Once again, sort of rewinding back to the beginning of this day. Moving to a very different part of the city, as now we are going to be looking at Asari Sugimoto. We're going to look at somewhere probably much wealthier, probably, I'm assuming, a little more grandiose. So the scene zooms back in on this dark and stormy day as you, Sugimoto, are remembering when you suddenly discovered the world of magic. What were you doing during this time? Please set the scene for me.
So I'm in the living room of our very large house, and getting reamed out by my father for just being an idiot because I haven't lived up to any of his expectations.
You're never going to run the company if you keep slacking off, son!
Pretty much. One of those, right? Whereas the mom's like, oh, don't do that. Like, the attempt at the mother, but the father's like the hard-ass father.
Oh, honey, he's a good boy. Leave him alone. Nonsense! He's wasting his life away. You should be graduated by now and buying up new companies.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And when
So this affluent house, which like you've got one of the few, I would say, almost like manor home style houses in this small town. It's fairly ritzy and fairly nice, except that isn't there a little bit of odd memorabilia around the house?
Yeah, the way my father is, I guess most famous for is for designing the giant dancing Pikachu suits for Nintendo. So there's memorabilia of that everywhere. So there's a full-blown suit in the hallway in the house, like the foyer of the house. There's a whole suit of it, and there's just like pictures of him with like Nintendo people with the suits and all that, and it's just. He also forced me to wear the suits for some events early on. So I very much resent the Pikachu suit.
Excellent.
Very much.
So what is happening after your father finishes his rant, his little tirade about your life and your wasted potential?
So my mom would come up to me and like say, "Oh, don't worry, I'll make you a snack." And she goes to the kitchen while I'm going to go outside and light up a smoke.
Okay. All right. So you like head out to the back to light up a smoke. Your father gets distracted because you hear a pika pika, pika pika, which is your front doorbell. And he's like, "Oh, my package! Haha, the new motor for the new giant inflatable suit is here!"
Oh, jeez.
Where he runs out to the front.
Yeah. So I'll go out onto like a balcony.
Okay.
And kind of lean against the wall, pull out the smokes, and using. So I have the Zippo lighter. It's a Rainbow Dragon Zippo lighter. And I light my smoke with it, and I just keep getting more and more furious as I smoke on this thing. Getting angry at my father.
So you're there. You're angry at your father. You could just feel yourself wishing you could just get the hell out of here. If you had something that could just help guide your life in some way, that could get away from this asshole. You're there and you're gripping your lighter when you don't know if it's a play on the light or something like that, but you're there as there's a bit of flash of lightning in the background and this lighter that you have in your hand. So you've got this like awesome little rainbow holographic lighter in your hand when suddenly you don't know if it's a play, but like you keep looking in different ways and it's almost like the head on the lighter moves a little bit, like it's looking at you.
I'll kind of look at it and flick open the Zippo.
Okay.
See what's going on with this thing.
You flick it open, and despite just having flicked it open and you hadn't done anything else, a flame actually sparks up, and a much larger flame than you've expected from this particular thing. Like it's just it's like a little Zippo lighter. Like it's a good flame, but this goes like roaring up in front of you as this like dragon-shaped flame looks at you. Its glowing ember eyes.
What?
Sugimoto, listen to me. I have a way to give you power. All you need to do is agree to accept my pact.
Is this even real? Am I hallucinating?
You are not hallucinating, Sugimoto. Accept my deal, the dragon's deal, and you shall have power that will allow you to do anything.
Like, get out of this house?
At the very least.
What do I have to give up?
$5. Sounds good.
I'll reach into my pocket and just like pull out some cash.
The flame actually shrinks back down till it's only like maybe like 5 centimeters high, and he's like, whoa, hey, I was just joking, buddy. You've already got it inside you. You don't gotta make no deal. I'm just here to help guide you, you know.
You just turn hick?
I'm just me, buddy. I'm just me.
I'll like start burning the bill anyway.
Oh, well, that's waste. Whatever. You can get more of that. Hey, I'm Tanwin. Nice to meet you, by the way. We're going to be attached to the hip. Yes, we are. Well, maybe not like directly, because like at the moment I kind of appear to be like fire, but I don't always have to be fire. I could be like more of like Dragon Buddy on the ladder, but most often I'd just be like bouncing around in the ladder. You know what I mean?
All right. So there's no pact or
no, it's already in you. It's already in you. See, there's this like wave and wash of energy happening all over Japan right now, and a bunch of you chillins, normally a little younger than you, but that's okay. Bunch of you chillins, well, you just getting all sorts of little sparks of energy. Just like boop, 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 there you go, and you're the next one to receive it. Yeah, I'm here to guide you. I'm here to let you know. I'm here to let you to see which way to go. And oh, honey, you're going to see all sorts of power. Sorry about that, like, scary dragon thing at first. People seem like, oh, dragon. And if your dragon comes out and he's like, oh, honey, how you doing? They ain't so, like, intimidated. You know what I mean? So I'm all like, I'm a dragon. And then people get a little more intimidated. You know what I mean, right?
You're just going to be, like, looking at the flame and kind of, like, confused but like curious look.
Yeah, so you are, I don't know what you want to call yourself, a wizard, a witch, a spellcaster, a sorcerer, a warlock. There's a lot of names.
So you're saying I have the magic in me?
You got the power. Oh yeah, hallelujah. But not like religious power. It's like magic power. It's kind of usually they in like the Euro nations would like burn you with the stake for that type of power, but not in like a bad way.
Kind of like the folklore of.
Honey, you can take it whichever way you want. You want folklore? We do folklore. That's fine. I am a spirit from the spirit world. That is where people from this nation get the power from. Some people get the power from other places. Maybe they get it from like the elemental planes. Some people get it from gods. Some people just get it from really good gumball machines. You never know where it's going to come from.
You've lost me now. What?
Yeah, your father's not wrong in some spots. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, you have the bigger boom booms in your fingertips. You can be like abracadabra. You ever seen any like fantasy movies? Lord of the Rings, maybe?
Movies are for children.
Do you have a life? Have you heard of magic? Like wizards? Have you heard of wizards?
Heard of them, but only those kids ever play around with that stuff.
Well, now you're like one of them lame ass stories that you hate so much. Congratulations!
And you just see like the like he does the big sigh. Yeah. Got like the drop going down. Like,
yeah.
Oh God.
You a fun one. That's what you are. You a fun one.
Pulls out another smoke. Lights it with the dragon.
Well, so here's the thing, and I'm gonna do a little magic here. We're gonna show you what this is all about, okay? And he comes out of this like roaring, suddenly tornado of fire, and it's just all across the balcony without actually burning the balcony. And before you is a small box and a broom. The broom is this silvery metallic, like industrial clean broom with perfect clean cut bristles. Like everything looks like factory made with precision. No real whimsy or character to it whatsoever.
Why are you giving me this? We have people to clean the house.
Okay. You know how can I say this? I was gonna say it plainly. You can fly on the broom. Don't try it right now. You're gonna kill yourself, honey. But you can fly on the broom if you are trained to do so. Like a witch. You know how in them like North American nations and stuff they do them the Halloween thing? You heard of that? Probably not.
Or maybe.
Okay, you know that like all warty green faced witch like riding around on the broom type thing?
No,
of course you don't. Like talking to a tree. That's what this is like. We're gonna call you Tree. Okay. Well, it's a locomotive. It's a vehicle. It is a vehicle. It's a magical vehicle. I just made it with fire, so if you're gonna question me if it's a magical vehicle, we're gonna have fisticuffs.
what are in these cigarettes?
Apparently not enough for you to loosen the fuck up. Sorry. That was my fault. I should have been a little more kind to that.
Oh shit.
We gonna find you something a little stronger than cigarettes next time. But why don't we look in the box and see what you got, huh? It's a present from me and the spirit world to you, because we need you to get your magic so you can help the world in your own way. Okay?
I already had the magic in me.
Well, this helps you channel it. You can try it without a wand, but you're probably going to blow off your fingertips. I've seen it happen before. Two-fingered Larry only got a pinky and a thumb.
And he'll there's a table there, I'm assuming, so he'll
You probably you're probably just like near a sitting room or your bedroom or wherever you want to be.
He'll slowly lift the box up.
Okay, it's
like the lid.
It's a smallish box. Inside you see a very finely crafted maple wand. It's got like Japanese like kanji like etched beautifully down the sides of it. Probably with just a little bit of inlaid of like gold paint on the etchings themselves. And Tanwin looks at you and he goes, "Inside that wand is a bit of the heartstring of my old body when I was a full dragon. Inside that wand is a bit of me so that we can be connected, you know?"
As soon as he says that, he's gonna I'm gonna take the wand out and be like, so it shoots flames, and I'm gonna like aim it forward and just like kind of fling it forward. Still in my hand, but like, so it shoots flames.
Okay, I think we're about to have the first roll of the game. You're just like randomly, okay, all right, let's fucking go. So you're trying to like do this like random combat, like let's shoot flames out of nowhere.
More like a question, but yeah, he's like, does it shoot flames as he does like this weird like this flick forward? You know the stance where it's just like they're standing there like he flicks it forward like that. Yeah. Anyway.
In your mind, when you're envisioning these flames coming out, is it just like a little puff of flames just to see if it works, or is in your mind, are you like, this is a big gout of flames?
Oh no, it's like a massive flame, like a massive big like. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So it's the first time you've ever done a spell like this. It's not something that would normally naturally happen. It's in a fairly decent-sized area, but it is instantaneous. So the difficulty is going to be high, but it's not going to be too high. I'm going to say this is a fight roll. So you can roll your fight stat, which I think is a d20 for you. Yeah. We'll be adding 2 onto that, and then because it's magic, you also get to add a d4.
Right.
So go ahead, roll the d20 first. 7. Okay. Could be worse. Could be worse. We're adding 2, which brings it to 9. And you get a d4 on top of that. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Wow.
Okay. So that's 20 in total, which is wow. Okay. Were you aiming this outside? Or was this...
Yeah, aiming it outside, like, because I'm on the patio, right? So I'm aiming it towards the open air.
Okay, so you're like, oh, so this thing can shoot flame, and you point, and you just as it's just like gout from a maxed out flamethrower just launches out the window, singeing the curtains, which are a little bit on fire now as well, or like the draperies that are around like the sliding door leading to the balcony. As just there's this mist of all the rain outside that was instantly evaporated. The railing, the metal railing that was around the balcony, glowing red hot for a second as the new rain now sizzling as it's like hitting it.
You like put out the curtains quickly.
Okay. You're just like, oh shit.
Father's gonna kill me for this.
Yeah, you're like the lighter was like dropped in like the frantic, like putting out the curtains and fire and everything. And you just see like a little lick of flame coming out from the semi-closed lid. He's just there with like his like sort of like in that face on his resting on his like fist type thing, just like, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of work with you, aren't we? So now do you believe me that you can do magic?
How do I know that was from me and not from this thing? And I'll like start looking and waving it around a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you are more obtuse than some of the stuff you failed with in math.
What's obtuse?
Yeah, well, that just proves my point, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, no, that is magic, son. That is magic. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. You've got magic. Please do not try the broom. You will die. I'm pretty sure at this point, you will die. Is it anything else? I mean, there are people that are going to teach you how to do this. You know how you start school in a couple of weeks? You're in your last year of high school and you're all doing like your college prep and stuff like that. There's a club normally meant for a bit of younger chillins than you. You're a bit of a late bloomer. That's fine. You seem slow in general, so that's okay. It's part of the course. But you've got a club that you can attend, that you will attend, that I think at this point you must attend, that will teach you how to control these powers.
You said I have to be with young people, like younger?
It just means you're going to be the big dog of the pack, you know? Big fish, little bowl, that type of thing. But more importantly, these powers is going to let you do all sorts of fun things. You can get away from your dad, get away from your papa.
Just like the fist, like
a lick of the flame like rises up as this long stream so that it actually comes near your ear for a second. He just whispers to you, "You will never have to hear Pika Pika ever again."
I just let out a large scream. Like that
boy. So, You got any other questions for me? I am your familiar, by the way. You may not be familiar with that term, but what a familiar is, I crack myself up. But that just means I'm kind of like your guide. I'm sticking with you. I'm a part of you. I'm part of your life. We're hip to hip for the rest of your life. You picking up what I'm putting down?
You want me to pick you up?
Oh, my lordy. Yeah, this is gonna try my patience, this is. But we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this with all sorts of gumption. We're gonna get through this with the energy that we need. We are just gonna pray to the spirits and our ancestors that we're gonna get through this, yeah?
Fine. And I'll pick up the lighter, grab the broom, and just walk back in the house.
That a boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna hide now. We ain't nobody else gonna want to see this. They're gonna scream or something like that. That happens all the time. So I'm just gonna hide now, and we'll have some talks. And then you will learn so much more when we get to school time, you know?
I guess so.
Good boy. And why don't you like, you've got like smoke on you and then a little bit of the rain from being out there and stuff. Why don't you go take a nice bath, try your best not to drown, and get yourself cleaned up, huh?
Oh, jeez. Fine. And I'll like toss the stuff under my bed.
Okay, well,
and go, take the bath.
And
or
with
shower.
that, the scene begins to pull back out again, moving back only a little while once again back to the beginning, earlier in this day, the rain and the thunder and the lightning rumbling and everything in the distance, the cool, very cool summer day, as we are now moving on to Harada Ukiyo. So we zoom in once again to a very different place, no longer in this very ritzy, high wealth area, but moving to a new place, a much more, I'm assuming, very more structured environment. Ukiyo, set the scene for us on this day where you clearly remember something unexplainably magical happening when you discovered magic was real.
So here he is, it's a rainy day, it's a thunder day, so it's a perfect day to read books. So he's gonna be home, and he lives in this little tiny, small little house in between two giant, mega apartments. There's no sun that gets in there. They're covered in shadows and everything, and he's just sitting in this small room, and they have one bedroom, and they have one toilet. It's a tiny ass little, looks like a shack almost. Maybe people sometimes toss trash in front of it. But he's inside and he's sitting down. He's got these piles of books around him. He has so many late fees at the library because he'll get a book and then he doesn't return it. So here he is sitting down and he's reading his books. And he's going through it page after page after page. He is flying through a 400-page novel within minutes because he just reads the next page through it. And he's sitting there and he's just and studying it, tosses off to the side, gets the next book, and he's just thinking to himself man, so many of these books have the same plot, the same thing, damsel in distress, really hot guy saving them, nerd gets shot on, geez, this is boring, And then he goes off to a different book, maybe a Wikipedia, finds something new, goes off to a different book, reads something about vampires, goes off to a different book, reads something about romance, He likes all sorts of types of books, but all he wants to do is just read, and he's basically read the entire encyclopedia.
So you're just in your room, just reading constantly, and describe so you're in this tiny little place, but everything has got its place, right? Everything is organized to within an inch of its life.
It's all perfectly organized. There's nothing, not even a speck of dust out of order.
All right. So as you were there, once again, in your perfectly organized environment, you're so engrossed in your book, you basically, the rest of the environment fades away. You don't hear the people dumping trash from a window outside in a nearby apartment. You don't hear that drunken neighbor getting in a fight with his wife yet again. Everything in your slightly depressing environment seems to fade away. You're in your nice, comfortable little nest. Everything is perfect. Everything is in its place. You've got your books. When you are there, and you hear just like you're sitting on your bed, you said, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're like laying on your bed, like one of those things where you're sort of laying flat, facing forward. You've got the book in front of you. We're just out of like just the corner of your eye ahead of you at the end of the bed. You see something just flit by you quickly, and then you hear like a thud, like a wet thud.
Nothing. And he like sits up real quick and just like he leaves his book open. He's just like looking around like, Okasa? Like looking for his mother. Maybe she got home early and was wet from the rain. He's already hoping, oh God, please don't be a random person that got in here.
So you like slowly peek over the end of the bed then where this wet thud is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see a couple of things. At first, you see a couple of little blue spirits that just sort of immediately fade away, which your mind registers for a second, but then stops registering as something more horrifying instantly comes into focus.
Fuck?
As this giant ass worm, slightly covered in a little bit of dirt and filth, laying there, a bit of like this viscous, moist fluid sort of around it at the same time, and the end of it looks up, and a very human mouth on the end of it, and you can even see some eyes on it as well. Looks up, and he's like, "Hi, how's it going?"
I'm pretty sure I've read about hallucinogens in my other book. Hold on. He goes over to open up his book.
That's fine. I'll just be right here. It's fine.
He starts going through it, trying to find anything about hallucinating like worms and stuff. He's like, pretty sure this is a symptom of overreading. Maybe I should lie down and give myself a break.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like that. Or, I mean, it could be like a magical spirit entity that's manifested a physical form.
I highly doubt it. That doesn't exist. I've already read up on everything along those lines. It's all been proven through lots of history and everything that is just made up. Either they're taking mushrooms or they're taking other different types of drugs. Here, I have another book, and he pulls out another book. He's just going through it to find pages. He's like, so in the 1800s, there is a war that happened between religious groups, and so they decided to come up with this idea of magic.
Seems legit.
And so here they like designed it as a reason to like murder all these folks. So magic didn't really exist. He just keeps going off, like reading out the book and then he starts going quiet and starts reading the book.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really been a book person myself. Name's Jim, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't really know what you're talking about, but I guess it's I've been kind of sent here to be your guide, like your companion, really.
He says he doesn't even look up from his book.
I know, like younger types like you these days, like don't really believe in like the spirit world and like all that stuff. But like, I mean, that's where I'm from, you know. Not really sure how to describe that one. I mean, either way, you kind of have to interact with me some way. Like, if I'm a psychotic breaker or real, I mean, you're gonna want to like suss this one out, right?
Yeah, I'll read about this. And so he pulls open another book. He's like, "What year are you from?"
What year?
Now help me narrow down the book. That might be right.
This
talking about what
year? Yeah.
Let me see if there's any books that recently came out in this year that talks about magical words.
Buddy, and he extends, like he's like this big stretchy worm or something. Like the ass end of him just like sploots like in the middle of the book, like bits of like fluid and dirt sort of like in the middle of it.
Hey, can we just talk for a minute?
My book. he like gets up real quick and he like runs over to get some tissues.
Oh,
to,
sorry about that. sorry about that. He like as he pulls his tail away, like one of the wet pages kind of like goes with it, like with this like tearing motion. Like, oh, it's stuck to me.
He's like, it's like hands up to his head. He's just like, no, my book, no. Hold on, don't move. He like runs around. He like tries to find some tape so you can put the tape on the page and put it back in.
He's
Hold
like
on, don't
slowly
move.
shaking, like, ugh.
Don't move. My book, no.
Oh, it feels
that book was worth so much money.
Feels kind of gross, not gonna lie. Feels kind of gross.
Stay still, and he like goes over and tries to like peel off that page very gently, like
You do that, like it's soaked through with you don't know what.
I would suggest probably not putting that back in the book. Probably for the best. You should just like get a piece of paper and like write the words out or something.
yeah.
Anywho, I'm magic.
I'm pretty sure you're just a hallucinogen. You see, it's really normal to like hallucinate earthly subjects and like other pets and companions out there. It's actually under schizophrenia. If we open up my DMC, we can go through that real quickly, and I can show you here that it states that like hallucinating, especially like bugs or roaches or especially like worms,
you know
is
how
very
you're
common.
not like pure Japanese, like you got a little bit of white boy in you in the past. Well, Merlin had a brother. Well, guess who's your ancestor?
Merlin's a fake character though. He was in a tale. I've read about him a couple of times.
Oh, yeah,
Really
he was
interesting.
the real dude. He was a little bit different than the books, a bit more of a lush. But I mean, other than that, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Which books are we like working about? I would say like this is probably from.
I don't
the
know. Well,
Tales of the
stop with the
Sword.
books. Stop with the books, buddy. Just comment. Just comment. We're gonna breathe for a minute. You want to just breathe with
breathe
me for a
better in
minute?
books.
How about we just breathe for a minute?
He runs over
did
to
it
quickly
again.
pick up his books.
Oh, that's
and,
all
like,
under
try to
your
get them
bed.
out of the way.
Oh, it's a good thing you don't have carpeting.
He's just, my books. No, look. I breathe better with books. Let's do that. Let's read a book. It'll be better. I'll stop hallucinating afterwards. It's fine.
How about this? I got a note for you.
It's not attached to you, is it?
It is not attached to me. No.
Okay.
You want the note? Okay.
I'll
here-
take the note.
1 second. And like this like box like vomits out of the end of the worm.
Oh, that's nothing. Give me a second. Oh, here comes the broom.
Oh
There
no!
you
Did
are.
he throw up my broom?
Here we are. So you have he throws up this like old, worn, shitty looking wicker broom.
Oh no! Is this to clean up your gross vomit?
No, oh, 1 second. I pulled something in the side doing that. If you've ever had the vomit broom before, you would know what I feel like right now. Let's not do that again. Third time, I'll tell you.
Third time? What? Why third time?
Yeah, you think this is my first dance card? I don't think that's the right phrase.
No, that's not.
No, I don't think that's the right phrase. I'm not really good with idiocy. No, that's not the right word either. Idioms. I think that's it.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's idioms.
What? Yeah.
What
You're
are
an
you
idiom.
doing? I'm not an
What?
idiom. I am a person. You see, biologically, human people are made up of like certain components, but like we're different from mammals for big reasons, mainly because of our intelligence in our brains. I read up on this, by the way. You find this in normal like biology textbooks, and so there's like a vast difference between us and animals and all these reasons. But
No,
genetically-
you used to just be monkeys and the magic happened. I was there. I'm sorry. Yeah. All your theories are wrong.
my books, they can't be wrong.
Yeah. All
never
right.
wrong.
Well, you know what? Just you go ahead and keep believing that for now. Anyways, maybe you should open the box.
he just like he tries to find like a pencil nearby to open the box with.
Okay. Yeah, you like it's just like a little catch on the front. You do that. You like open it up. There's like strands of this like viscous mucus like between like the lid and the base of the box as you open it up. that do sort of snap and like spring away so that there's nothing gets inside the box.
This is gross. This is so gross. And he like slowly opens it. He looks in.
Inside is a wand. Like unmistakable, like Harry Potter style wizard wand, made from a nice crabapple wood, and I mean you don't know what the core is at this point, but there's a nice wand and there's a sealed envelope with a sealed scroll of some kind.
Oh. He gets more excited about the scroll and goes to like open that up because like, oh my god, something to read. Let's go.
Okay, you open up the scroll, like you break this like wax seal and open the scroll. And at first you don't know what it says because it's in like some like ancient form of like Old English or something. Ooh. So you have no idea. But then this like ghostly wizard face pops out of the scroll and goes and translated into Japanese. Like there's a bit of like an offset to it. Like he says something in this like Old English, which then there's like this like bad dub of Japanese over for some reason. Whereas you hear like attention according to the prophecy, and you hear this guy be like, and according to the prophecy, and you have inherited the powers of Ted, Merlin's brother. Take these powers, guide your planet, control this world, and lead it towards good, just like Ted.
Why is there more people in here? He just like goes over and he quickly gets like a notebook and starts writing this stuff down. You know, he's studying right now, basically like Ted Merlin, and he's like, what book would be in? Oh, I'm gonna have to check out these books here. Like, there's like a couple of books that mention Merlin. Maybe I'll look through them and see if they have like a Ted in there.
And the face has vanished and disappeared by this point. It's now just this like inert scroll of like an ancient language.
He's gonna like write down like some of that ancient language and be like, maybe if I could just like.
You really like school, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
so tell you what, give me like the benefit of the doubtings, or wherever you say that.
The benefit. Of
There's a club of people that also do magic, or maybe they're delusional like you. Either way, more people like you. You like clubs, and you need those extracurricular activities if you're gonna get good college applications in a couple years, right?
But there's the book club, and then there's the quiet club instead that I could go join, and like I don't have to talk to people there. But this
one is guaranteed to give you really good references.
But
we're talking like Tokyo U references.
But there's people. Do I have to interact with people? Is there bugs? I need to study first of all. I could probably get to Tokyo U without having to go into the club. I mean, it's people, right? And it's like magic.
But this way, you don't have to die of a coronary or a speed overdose just to get there.
But how many people is there?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Around a dozen, I guess?
No, I'm sure I can get in there.
The book clubs have been getting pretty crazy lately because a lot of people want to get out of this little hick town, you know. But this might be smaller, and it's a tough club. You gotta be pretty smart. So, a lot of them will probably leave. Next thing you know, it's like you and one other guy that doesn't want to talk to you.
Oh. Is there like books I can get to help study ahead of time? So
Not ahead of time. It's kind of dangerous. But as soon as you get there, there's all sorts of book learning. There's spells, potions, demon banishment, necromancy, doing your taxes, and all sorts of magical stuff that no one really understands.
And this will really help. This will really dwindle down in people size.
I mean, it just makes perfect sense when you think about it.
I guess I could go there.
And let's look at it this way. You're stuck with me for life. Whether I'm real or a psychotic break, you're stuck with me. You might as well get to learn to like the stuff that I have to say.
I need to research into this later and see if there's a way to get out of this. I'm sure there's a book that explains how to get rid of and out of a psychotic break.
Yeah. And if you learn this stuff, you can get out of this part of town, move to somewhere nicer, because I'm pretty sure I just saw a kid light a dog on fire out your window.
It's probably Suki. He lights a lot of things on fire. He's the artist of the town.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't touch my books. It's fine.
Yeah, no. That smoke in the distance was definitely a dog.
As long as it's not my books, it's fine. I don't really care. I don't really associate with that.
Okay.
I guess I'll go to this club. If anything, it'll be good to be around less people.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's chin down, champ. That's not right.
Chin up.
Chin up.
It's chin
yeah, I didn't get it right again.
I'll get you some books on idioms for you to read.
I'm not a big reader, and you saw what I do to books.
I'll get you audiobooks.
Oh, okay. With headphones? I don't think I have ears.
And he just starts looking and writing down I need to get a book on words to figure out where their ears are.
Last time I had a body, it was an armadillo. That had ears.
What? Why are you a worm?
Well, the spirits got together one day and they're like, we're gonna make him a familiar that he has wanted from his dreams. The problem is I think he had a nightmare that night, and I think they got confused.
The spirits? Who are the spirits?
Well, I mean, they got different names.
What's one of them?
Well, there's Jim.
You making research?
Oh, I'm Jim. Wait.
Oh, you're Jim.
No, I'm Jim. Huh? Yeah, that's one of them.
So you're a spirit?
I am a spirit, yes. I'm one of those natural spirits. I've been here since the beginning of time, part of nature spirits. Not grandma died when she was baking me cookies type of spirit. Which is sad.
Can a spirit exist from grandma dying from baking cookies?
Yeah, she'd probably be sad that she didn't finish the cookies, so she might stick around for a little while. It's a thing. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna have to look into this. I'm sure there's some books out there. Is there any books you'd suggest to look into to help read more up on this?
I'm not big on books.
Is there a spirit that is?
Well, you didn't luck out and get one. Once again, there was a little bit of a mix-up, but you're stuck with me now. It's too bad you didn't get Owl in the book learned. He would have been perfect for you, and he was looking for someone too.
This is so troublesome.
Yeah.
Is there a way I could switch out the spirits to get him instead?
I'm a little hurt that you would ask that. You don't like my company?
I think there was a mix-up or something at the spirit factory. My mental breakdown's gone too far. That
offends me a little bit, I gotta say. Yeah. But, I mean, I'll get over it. You know what they say.
What do they say?
Oh, I don't know. That's why I asked you.
I'm gonna look into the scene. I can switch up spirits. Maybe I can get that out.
Right. Anyways, you got a wand there, and you should be able to do magic. I don't think you're supposed to do any before, like, they teach you to do magic, but I didn't really read the familiar manual. Oh, I'm your familiar, by the way. I should probably, like, tell you that.
Oh, so there's over 4,550 magic. I could probably get through at least half of them.
Yeah, he's gone again.
And 2 weeks, maybe. How much time before that club opens up?
You know, there might be a spell for social anxiety and or ADHD.
I don't have either of those things. I don't.
Sure, buddy.
Books are better.
Okay.
You know?
He like pats you on the back. You're like, it like splats, and then there's like these strands.
That's okay, buddy. I'm here for you. You want a shoulder rub? I'll give you a shoulder rub.
Oh god, no.
I'm quite strong for my size.
He tries to quickly get up and is like, I gotta clean up this mess before my mother gets home. I need to make sure it's organized. You know, if it's not organized, this is a problem for mostly me. He like starts to try and escape and go find like a mop.
All right. Yeah. So you like go to like go get a mop to escape for a second. Okay. Yeah. Right. You're the one that has like a single mom that's like always working and stuff. It's as you're going and getting the mop that you hear like a slam at the front door, which is, I mean, not exactly far away. It's basically just a couple of rooms. As like this like tired, disheveled woman is coming back from her second job of the day. She looks at you and goes, "Hi, honey.
Welcome home."
Yeah. So, I don't suppose you were able to prep dinner, or did you lose track of time again?
I can make dinner right now if you go lie down. I can probably make up like a curry. I've been reading a lot of recipe books recently, so I can make like a curry dinner with the 2 ingredients we have. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll out a mat and just have a quick nap then.
Okay.
Alright, mine's been, it needs a cleaning, so I'm just gonna go grab the spare one from under your bed. And she starts to head in there.
Mother, wait, I'll get it for you. You go lie down. It fell in. I think there's a hole in a roof. It's your like runs in there. He runs in there really quick as possible.
What's that? Oh, hi, I'm Jim. Oh, I wasn't supposed to speak to you, shit.
Mother, I think you're hallucinating. I think you should go lie down right now. You're really hard.
Honey, is that a giant talking worm?
No.
Is that like a magical talking worm?
I don't see anything in my room. I think you are working too hard. You need to go lie down.
Oh no, honey. Oh no. I was worried about this. Oh, honey, she sits down, like you've got like some cushions near like the eating table or whatnot. She pats on the cushion. I think you need to sit.
Why
So I've
does
never
it feel
told
like I just
you
came out
this.
to my mom as gay?
It skipped me. But your grandfather could do things. And I only ever half believed him if it wasn't for the fact I saw him turn into a heron once. We have magic in our family, and I just hoped that it would never come to you. Because you're my special little boy, and I was worried it would tip you over the edge.
Is there any books that he left behind that I can read on this?
He was more of a nature type of, like, he like lived in a mud hovel through most of the time. he grew up in a bad period of time. Like his father was in like the Great War, and we weren't really in like the best position in that war, and he was very like upset at everything that our nation had done. So he kind of retreated into the mountains. He was a mountain man. Your grandfather was a mountain man. Yeah, he didn't like books.
Anyways, I'm gonna go make you dinner now. He's gonna try and escape the social situation.
Okay. So it's with that. You have a couple of weeks to mill over your mom knowing about the situation, having a familiar, and having these things, but no true guidance as of yet.
It's okay. He'll try and find a book on Biden.
And it's with that we are once again going to pull the scene away, moving back into the dark and stormy day, back through the rain, rewinding just a little bit back to this earlier parts of the day, as we go from an environment that is extraordinarily structured and organized to an environment that I imagine is probably borderline chaos, but we'll see. Azuma Seiko, set the scene for us as you experience this magic for the first time. What are you doing? What's your environment like?
Oh, there's I'm in my room. It's a mess. There's school stuff piled in random places, clothing in random places, snacks just kind of out and about. And I'm looking for the remote for the TV, because I'm supposed to be cleaning, but I just can't without a good show on.
Okay.
So I'm just looking for that. You know what I mean? I'm just wishing really hard I could find it.
So you're in the living room of probably this small house that your family lives in. And what kind of family do you have? Do you have any brothers and sisters, both parents around?
Only child.
Only child?
Parents are probably making decent enough money, not poor or anything, but not super rich.
So they're both work a lot, which is probably why the place is it's sort of in your stead, thus you've kind of let it decay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're off. You probably rarely see your parents. They throw you money once in a while, and occasionally you eat dinner together. So yeah, you're in your comfortable nest, we're gonna call it, rooting around in. I can say your parents are a little bit different. They have a full couch, proper North American living room setup, and you're shoulder deep in this couch looking for this remote. That's when as you're in this couch rooting around, suddenly you feel a tug on your arm.
Look to see what it is, immediately stop, and I'm what's tugging on me, because I don't think anyone else is home.
So you go to pull back, and it pulls you back in even harder. You find yourself half swallowed in by the couch.
Oh, the couch is trying to swallow me?
Yeah, as you were in the couch rooting around for the remote.
Dive into the couch, maybe that's where the remote is.
So you get sucked in completely into this couch, and you just think, oh, whatever. It's just it's a deep couch. I'm just I'm gonna go in to past the shoulder, root around, fine. But you instead are completely enveloped by this couch, and suddenly there's darkness all around you, and you feel weightless. You feel falling with motes of energy sort of in the background, and you don't know where you are anymore, because this is definitely not inside of a normal couch.
I don't remember the couch being this big. Where am I? What the fuck? I'm gonna look around. Do I see what's going on nearby me?
You find yourself standing, but you don't know what you're standing on per se. It's all just black. There are motes of light around, and as you look around, you don't see anything in particular. There's no objects, there's no details. You don't even see where you came from or how to get out, until all of a sudden there's and there's a light, a spotlight that seems to flood, and you see this old samurai in the distance.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. I'm gonna, like, make my way towards the samurai. Not, like, super fast, but kind of fast.
As you get close to the samurai, you see the samurai is actually sort of... You couldn't see that he was translucent at first until some of, like, the little motes traveled behind him, and you realize you can see through him to see those. And he's sort of... translucent, a little bluish in color, and there's more of those little dancing spirits that we saw the pictures of earlier, also sort of flitting around this form. And he's in like full like lamellar armor. He's got like the face mask, like the grinning Oni face mask on, and he's got the like a really big ornate horned helmet to go with the ensemble. He looks up at you, and you know, in the darkness when you're shining a light and the cat's eyes kind of like flicker the light back at you like that, that's what his eyes look like as he stares at you.
Just gonna stare at him back, just like, wow, this is so cool.
Azuma-chan, you have wasted your life. We are here to make it better.
Okay.
You need to prepare. You have been doing nothing with your lineage, with your birthright. You need to make something of yourself.
But how would I go about doing that? Oh, awesome samurai who knows about my lineage?
You do not even know
Are we
my name.
related?
I am your ancestor. You have not visited our shrine even once.
We have a shrine?
The offspring these days. You could do them so much better. You have forgotten the ways. We will give you the weapons of the Wuzhen. You will learn the ways. First.
And he forcefully grabs one of the spirits from the air, and you hear like a squeak squeak as it almost like a squeaky toy like squeezes it for a moment, holding it out to you, and he says,
first, choose your guide. Choose your champion.
Can I choose you?
You cannot choose me. You are a disappointment. Choose this thing.
Alright. And she like takes it.
okay, so as you touch it, it begins to twist and shape and change. What form does it take?
I don't know, like another samurai type guy? Like, yeah, I couldn't choose him, but like a clone of him.
Okay, so you chose this, but because of your familiar, it's small. So it is about the size of a Funko Pop figure, which was kind of what I originally had thought of for this character anyways. You have like a little Funko Pop sized samurai.
Okay.
Which then looks looks down and looks up at you and goes,
You're a champion.
Oh, hell yeah.
I will follow you around.
Will you help me find the remote and how to get out of here too?
We will find the remote. Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
It is, but first, I must show you the way. We provide you with the weapons.
Weapons? Okay.
and from the darkness, it just puts its hand out, and a couple of things are brought forth. First, there is this sleek, light wooden broom, but with this painted yellow lightning bolt down the side that is pulled towards you.
This shall allow you to catch your enemies.
Hell yeah. He grabs it and inspects it and looks at it, and I'm like, this is awesome.
This is a broom called the Boating 4000.
Oh, I like it.
And this, he flourishes out of his tiny robes a box that's much bigger than him.
Is a wand.
Take the box and open it, and also take a look at it. What do I got in here, kind of thing.
So another spotlight comes down as you open it up to let you see it clearly. Inside is this beautiful reddish cherry wood wand, finely engraved, also with a lightning bolt down the side. And he looks at you and goes,
Inside is the fur of a gorilla. for power and strength.
Okay. Like, take it's like, I guess put it back in for like safekeeping, and also be like, so where do I hold it? Like, I got a broom now and I got a wand. Where am I gonna put this stuff?
You will have a bag. You have the abilities, just like all of your people, magical people, wizard people, to make your bag fit things bigger than a normal.
That makes sense. Okay.
So you can fit a broom, you can fit a wand, and you can fit all sorts of things.
Do I have to like use my powers for good, or can I just use them for my own benefit?
The familiar goes to speak, but then is hushed for a moment by your ancestor. He says,
What do you use your powers for? It is not for us to say. We give you the weapon. It is like handing you a sword. You could use the sword to protect. You could use the sword to slay. That is up to you. But you have a lineage. You have power from your ancestors. For many generations, your family has not had it. But if we wait too long, the power will fade. You must embrace it.
I'm embracing it. Let's go. She's like ready.
School and your people have some sort of gathering that they will invite you to. This is where you will learn.
Okay. Alright. Got it. Learn how to do magic. Avenge the family bloodline. Find the remote.
Find the remote. What? No. Okay.
he actually like comes up and like puts his hand on your like slight shoulder, and he goes,
What is important is to bring greatness to our family name. The Azuma name has been in squalor and nothing for far too long. Azuma-chan, you will do this. You will bring greatness to us, yes?
Yeah.
Good. Then, one last gift from me.
and he like from behind his back pulls out the remote.
Cherish this.
I won't lose it.
You won't lose it. You'll lose it. I know you will. I've watched you for many years. I want you to become less disappointing. Huh? Less disappointing. Say it with me. We're going to say it now, okay?
Less disappointing.
Less disappointing.
Less disappointing.
Less disappointing, yes.
Less disappointing.
Yeah, that is your new motto.
Alright. I'll take it. Guardian ancestor that lives in my couch.
Close enough. Yes. Good.
And with this, he
Less
like
disappointing. She like wanders off.
he like flicks his hand, and with that, you feel a sudden breeze, and you're like launched into the air and suddenly ejected from your couch. The couch cushions just kind of flying everywhere, but you still have the remote in your hand, and there's a little samurai dude with you.
Like, hey, little samurai dude, can you help me put the cushions back on the couch?
I will try my best. I am not very strong.
Can you make a sandwich?
I can make a sandwich.
Alright, you make a sandwich, I'm gonna put the cushions on the couch. We've got the remote. I know we said less disappointing, but like, I really wanted to watch that new show. Like, I got the comic book and everything, you know? Like,
every good adventure begins with a sandwich.
Yeah, good. You said it, not me. And you're, you know, the embodiment of that big samurai guy.
Hey-ya!
And he skitters off to, like, you hear him skitter off to the kitchen, then you hear like a stool like like slowly being moved over somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah, it's with that, you sit down, you get everything back into place, kind of like shove some stuff off of the table in front of the couch, just and as you're finding your show, and it's like it's beginning to actually come on, and it's like the adaptation of the manga you've been reading or whatever, that's when a plate is plopped down in front of you, and it is like a sandwich, like a ham sandwich with lettuce and mayo. There's a little toothpick on top with like a little olive on it, which is strange because you're pretty sure you didn't have olives.
Like, look at it and be like, oh, hell yeah. You're really good at making sandwiches. That's gonna be one of your jobs from now on.
There you go, master. Is there anything else I can do? Would you like me to explain any questions?
Oh yeah, do you know when this magic thing is? What?
You
Send me a
are
note.
attending a school soon, yes? In a couple of weeks. At the end of each day, there is a club, a spell club. You will be automatically enrolled. The spirits have made us sure of this.
Okay, so I gotta be in an after school club to learn magic. Okay.
It is up to you if you join. You don't have to go. But of course, then they strip you of your powers and modify your memories and you could die and all that stuff.
The guy in the couch used magic to find the remote, right?
He was a powerful spirit.
Yeah, so he used magic to find the remote. I'm gonna join the high school spell club so that I can use magic to make my life easier.
That is what magic is for. To make life easy.
Excellent.
Good. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think that's everything. We're talking over the show here.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. We're focused on the show.
And like he like sits on the couch beside you, but he's not one of those like great companions for watching a show with because he doesn't know what we're watching. He constantly it's like, who's that? How did they know him? Why did they do that? I don't understand why he's doing that. Why would he? Why? I don't think that person belongs in here. What was the name again?
Just slowly puts her hand over his mouth while she's eating the sandwich and watching the show.
Okay.
Just so that he can't talk.
You press he's wearing the same Oni face mask or whatever, but you press it into his mouth and you just hear and eventually he shuts up. And with that, the scene is going to pull back out as we fast forward back to where we were, to that beautiful day at the end of the first day of class. The memories of that week, all still fresh in your minds, make you wonder what is ahead of you. You each went through your classes, some of you new here, one of you returning, but the classes felt fuzzy and disconnected. All you could focus on all day was what would happen after school, because that is Spell Club, and you're first. As you shuffle into room 3-1, you find yourselves amidst a small group of students and teachers. In the corner, the well-known student Kanashito and his two goons are having a very personal conversation with a young girl that you don't quite recognize. Kenji and Kazuo, best of friends, have also taken up some desks in the middle of the class. You recognize them from throughout the school. You've probably been introduced at some point through the day, even if you're not terribly close with them. With Kenji throwing some rather protective-looking looks towards the girl Mimi. The four of you, although not really familiar with each other, spread throughout the rest of the classroom as well. Standing at the head of the class is the school counselor, Sensei Yasukai, and four other teachers. That is your school counselor.
She has some great assets.
I know, right?
Man, I would have gone to more counseling as a kid if mine looked like that.
Once you are all seated, Sensei Yasukai clears her throat and begins, Good morning, students. I'm glad to see you all here today. Since a few of you are new to the club, I thought I'd bring in all the teachers that will help you out so that you can meet them. Does that sound good for everybody? Excellent. Okay. First, we've got Sensei Omai. You know him from math class, but he is here in charge of transmutation studies. He's going to let you know how to change your hopes and dreams into reality. Next is Sensei Inu. You've probably had him for gym today, and he's new to the school, just like a lot of you. He teaches the active spells class, things that directly affect the world around you. Next is Sensei Sanaka. English teacher by day, she's one of the most important here in the spell club, as she teaches the defense against the really shady magic that's probably not good for you to learn about, but you really should learn in order to protect yourself from. And finally is Sensei Snapu. The chemistry teacher is, you guessed it, also for potions. Since this is your first day, we thought we'd start you out with something simple and straightforward. Sensei Inu is going to bring you out to the field to pummel each other with battle magic. Oh, how fun! Have fun! Bye!
Okay, bye.
Do you, before I go, do you have a question?
Oh god, please, there's so many people looking at me, jeez.
Yeah, everyone's
Like,
looking.
Stares intently at you,
No,
like right into your soul.
the more people stare, she's like now like gripping her pants so much that she's like torn holes through them. Like her face is just completely beet red. She looks up, she's like, oh, Feline, oh, get me out of here. Oh god. And then she just full on vomits.
Okay. Oh my. Well, a little bit of an upsie on the first day, huh? And she just whirls out this pure white wand and goes, ta-da! And it just sort of vanishes. It evaporates into butterflies.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry about that. Did you say battle? We
figured we'd start you off with something really simple and something every child should learn: how to kill someone with magic. I'm just kidding. Well, sort of. It's at least battle magics. You never know what sort of dark and terrifying forces you're gonna have to deal with in your new everyday life.
Okay. Please, somebody else ask a question.
We can study on this instead.
Kanashto from the other side of the room will actually also he'll yo, we're gonna learn some cool shit. He's deal with it, puke lady. Haha, that's what her name is now. Puke lady. I just thought that up.
No, please, that's not my name. But don't.
And you see the other two, Mabashia and Uduru, who are sort of like his goons, being like, ha, puke lady.
She she looks up and snaps from super shy to angry for just a second, and snaps her wand at him, trying to get him to have an atomic wedgie. A magically induced atomic wedgie.
Let's fucking go. All right, here's your first roll then. So you snap your wand to do this. Okay, yeah. So let's see here. I would definitely say this is probably a fight, because it's you're trying to affect somebody in a semi-violent manner. It is magic, of course. So you get your extra D4.
Gonna need that.
So right now you are looking at 4, because I don't think you have any bonuses in fight.
No.
Okay, so you do not succeed. Let's see here.
What do I need to succeed?
We're looking at closer to a 10.
Closer to a 10? Oh yeah, nothing I can do about that.
Okay, so you did fail, which means you get to add an adversity token, which is great. Don't forget to add that. You get an extra one. So you should be up to 4 now. But you flick this wand out, and it just kind of sizzles. You see one of the desks beside him just lift up for a second and move, shudder, and then just a little sparks fizzle out, and Kanashida looks at you and goes, puke girl just tried to gas at me. Did you see the way she puked out that spell? Sensei Yasukai is like, ha, that is enough of that. No more of that. And you, Takashima-san, you need to be careful casting that stuff in the classroom here. We've not yet walked into the spirit world, and magic, if the other people see it, is not good, okay?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My anger got the best of me. It won't happen again.
Well,
and she's gonna like whisper to Feline and be like, sneak some fish into his backpack.
you got it. All right. Yeah, she looks at you and goes, and this is to all of you, of course. A couple of ground rules. The Mundies don't need to know about the magical world. Any training that we do, one of the teachers will bring you into a local pocket of the spirit realm so that we can practice and learn without the Mundies knowing about it or getting in the way. And whenever we have any field trips, we gotta be cognizant of this. We might have to dip in and out of the spirit realm as needed, okay? And you hear the other students go, yes, Miss Yusakai. With that, I'm going to leave you with Sensei Inu. Take it away, Sensei. And with that, she leaves. Sensei Inu, which here, let's give you a picture of the full picture of him as well. So he's kind of on the youngish side for a teacher, all things considering. You're guessing like he's still in his 20s. And he's the gym teacher, although he looks like he's in like slightly nicer clothing right now, not necessarily in like a gym teacher's clothing. He seems pleasant enough, and he actually looks at you and he's like, oh yeah, hello everyone. I am Sensei Inu, and I'm here to teach you about the more active things. Don't worry. No one's going to get hurt, probably. You'll all be fine. We're just teaching combat techniques to a bunch of young children. This is normal, everyday practice. So, if everyone would follow me, we're going to head outside to the field, and I'm going to sort of transfer us into a protective bubble, okay? Okay. As he brings you to the fields outside, bringing you like behind where there's like a soccer pitch and some like various like gymnastics, like workout areas and stuff like that. A bit of a forest area. Once again, you are in a relatively rural town. He says, everyone circle around me, please. Everyone circle around me. Thank you. As everyone does so, he says, okay, great. And 1 second. And he takes his wand out, which looks to be, it's a pure black wand, but it's got like a white stripe down either side of it, going down the length of the wand. And he takes it and he flicks it around, and it's like a weird like transition effect in a video where there's a circle that emanates from him that makes everything colorless for a moment, and then another circle that emanates shortly afterwards that suddenly amps up the color. Everything, the green is greener, the blue is bluer. Everything seems more real, more visceral, more natural than it had before. The wind smells sweeter. There's rose petals in the air where there wasn't before. It's actually sort of probably a little out of season at this very moment. And and you see the school in the background actually seems to be completely covered in vines and leaves and everything like this. Ah, good. Well, welcome to this particular pocket of the spirit world. Here we can do some, I say, flashy things, and no one should bother us. Sound good? Excellent. Now, we need to practice a few things, I dare say. Nope, and I don't have one of the PCs out. Where the fuck's Sugimoto? Oh, never mind. He was over there. I had him in the wrong area.
He escaped.
All right. Well, let's try something. Let's try something here. We're going to want to have a little bit of a duel, a little bit of an experimentation. Now, we're going to go through some really basics on how to visualize what you want, and then I'm going to have you guys pair off, and you're going to try and give a little thwack to each other. And don't worry, I've got some protective magics around here that unless you really give her, no one should probably get hurt, most likely. Sound good? Excellent.
Sounds good.
I would like to use 2 adversity tokens to not be seen.
Oh shit! Yeah, you do have that ability.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't update, but I should have 4. So I'm gonna bump that down to 2.
There you go. Yeah, there's been weird updates in the character sheets. Every once in a while, it just like says no. But yeah, it should be okay. It looks like it says 2 now, so you're good. So you kind of fade into the background for the moment, like you're still in the area, but he like, whenever he looks in your area, he kind of like glosses over you, because it's not necessarily supernatural ability so much as it's, you just have the ability to sort of like become in the background, like just become less noticeable, to shelter yourself. And that is what you've done. So as you've done so, first he takes everyone through a basic drill, sort of telling you how to visualize an elemental spell, and it brings you through some key things, having you guys fire against trees a couple of times, some of you sort of like sparking and failing. You see Mimi herself seems to struggle with it the most, and let's give you a view. This is Mimi, by the way. She seems to be the one that the other 3, like the 3 sort of like bullies that you've encountered before. One of you, actually, Yoshiko. No, it wasn't you. One of you have had issues, I thought. Maybe? Nope. Okay, never mind. It wasn't one of the characters chosen. So yeah, Mimi's it seems to be sort of like shoved around and bullied a little bit by Kanashito and the other 2 goons. But at the moment, after he has gotten you to go through some training, like a half an hour has gone by, he says, good. Okay, let's pair up. Sugimoto. So Asari-san, why don't you go up there? And we're gonna bring you out. And let's see who wants to fight Asari-san. Who wants to fight Asari-san? And Kenji will actually like put his hand up. Good.
How old does this kid look?
Kenji, he's a first year student. This is his first year in high school. Like he's like straight out of like the middle school, and he's probably a couple years younger than you. He doesn't look like he's like very built or anything. He looks fairly slight of frame, although he does have like that like gusto attitude about him.
Want me to hurt this kid?
Nonsense. You're not hurting him per se. Well, I mean, you're trying to. Of course, you're trying to. But I'm not gonna actually like let you hurt him. So it's fine. It's fine. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a bit of a structured back and forth. So let's do a little bit of a coin toss here and see who gets to go first, shall we? And I'm gonna do something for once because I want to roll something. So I'm gonna roll a D2. So on a 1, it's Sugimoto. On a 2, it's Kenji. All right, Kenji, you get to go first. So the way this works is, once again, no matter what you're fighting or what you're doing, anything like that, like in some other systems like Cypher, the players make 100% of the rolls. So even though he's attacking you, you're the one making the roll to defend yourself. So he is, let's see, he is very simply, he like winds up, goes and like, and he's like, all right, here we go. And he goes and he fires like a magical bolt towards you. So how would you like to defend yourself against this?
I just kind of want to do one of those just away, just knock it away.
So with your own wand, you're just kind of like flicking and then knock away, that type of thing. Okay, so this one would
like nonchalant, just.
So this would definitely be like your standard defense type thing, which is a grit roll. So you get your grit die. If you have any magic bonus to it, you get that. We'll be adding that, as well as you get the D4 on the grit, on the magic itself, because it is a magical thing you're doing.
Looks like I'm a glass cannon. So 6. 'Cause I had
6.
+1.
Okay. All right. Well, thankfully for you, that is actually enough. So you just kind of like knock it to the side. The like missile like shooting off to like another direction. And now you get to reciprocate. Sensei Inyu's like, good try, Kenji. Sugimoto, Takashi-san, go ahead, try it.
So like I got my like head down and I do like a big grin, like, is that all you've got?
And he says,
and
any type of element you want, fire, lightning, poison, whatever you wish.
And I'm going to like try and do the big flame I did the first time.
Oh,
just,
okay.
like, yeah, just full on like, but this time I want to make it like a dragon mouth coming at him.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, so this is a spell you've cast before, which makes it a little bit easier. You've cast a spell a few times before. Great. Okay. So that's only a 1. Kind of bends. So we're gonna say that's 6. All right, it looks like you're trying to hit an 8. So you're trying to hit an 8. It should definitely be a fight roll, and of course it's magical.
All right. What?
Ooh.
Fine.
5. Oh shit.
6, 7. Damn.
You have adversity tokens.
I do have adversity tokens. I will use I'll use one of them to make it an 8.
Okay, so you get it just enough, like this like whooshing like gout of flame coming out over towards Kenji. And as you do so a successive just at in so defender. So with an 8, it's enough that he's not terribly hurt. He's able just at the last moment to shield himself, although you see the shield break and a little bit of his clothing actually gets singed as a result. You can see he's like knocked back a little bit, like breathes out a bit of smoke, like good job, Sugimoto, good job. Kenji, try it again. One more bout in each of you, eh? So Kenji looks at you and he's like, okay, let's try this again. And you see him winding up and this crackle of electricity sort of building a charge on the end of the wand. How are you going to want to defend against this?
I kind of want to just counter with the flame. Try and see if I can, like, just, you know, like the whole, like, the fight where the beam and they're fighting each other sort of thing.
Okay, all right. So yeah, it would be a fight-based roll. Still magical, of course.
I am rolling shit on a d20.
I know, right? And do you have any bonuses to fight?
10.
10? Okay, 10 is enough. So like he goes to wind up and like do this like lightning attack at you, but you thankfully are able to block it with like burning of your own, and this lightning and the fire sort of hit and then like clash together into this like energy orb in like the middle where it just sits before it finally like dissipates and bursts. Oh my, Sugimoto, you're really learning quite quickly. All right, one more go at Kenji. Give her. And what would you like to do in response? What kind of energy or magic would you like to use?
I'm actually just gonna try and dodge it this time.
Oh, it's your turn. You get to attack him.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, okay. It'll be like, let's end this, and I'm gonna like try and produce like almost like a raining fire on top of him.
Okay. All right. So more fire coming down from above this time.
Yeah, just like in his area, I want to basically make it start raining like big drops of like very hot fire.
Okay.
White flames.
So 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you're looking at 8. 8 again. It's the same thing as before.
All right. See if I can actually roll something over a 5 on a d20.
Yeah. I mean, you only need a 1 on a d4, so. And you got it! Woo!
That was perfect.
What is with my rolls?
What is your bonuses though? Like, what did that get
2.
you? 2.
I have a 10. Yeah.
Okay, so you got a 10. So you got better than breaking even, which means you actually get to do a little bit.
Just so bad.
Okay, so attacker wins by 1 to 3. So defender is hurt, but only temporarily. So you just kind of like singe him a little bit. Explain to me in what way you've just like given him like a really minor, like temporary hurt or injury.
Mostly it's going to be probably his clothing are going to now have like some holes in it.
Okay.
And he gets like just these singe marks, like I know it sounds bad, but like if a cigarette kind of just touched you for a short second.
Okay. All right. So
like
just
a
little bit of a first degree burn somewhere, and just like a bit of singeing on the clothing.
Yeah, like a few holes in his clothes, and maybe like a strand of his hair is now a little on fire.
Okay. All right.
He has to kind of like put it out.
Good job, you two. Good job. All right, go ahead and stand to the side there. Let's see if we can get someone else to go in on this, shall we? Let's see here. Kazuo, I'd like to really see what you can do here. Who can we pair you up here? Seiko, I haven't seen you really like speak much today.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, let's good old coin toss. 1d2. Oh, Seiko, looks like you're first. What would you like to do?
Can I just try and like blow him over with a really strong like gust of wind?
Strong wind? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just send him flying like 20 feet or something.
Okay, yeah. That would be a fight check still. So it would be your fight roll, which looks like you have a d8, and then you also get the d4 for being magical.
Right. Okay. So do I just roll like a? Oh no. Okay. I see him at the bottom here.
Yeah, you got your hot bar at the bottom, and I've got it set up for exploding dice already,
And
just in case.
Magic was
The D4.
what again? Sorry?
The d4, the triangle.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 6, and then I don't think you have any bonuses to fight. No. Okay, so 6 is not enough. So you go to move the wind down, but there's a breeze that sort of fluffs down, but Kazuo, like his hair ruffles and his clothes move, but it doesn't actually seem to launch him or move him anywhere. Launch them or move them anywhere. So they're non-binary. They look at you like just a little whole like good try. My turn. And he is going to he's winding up his wand, spinning it around, and suddenly see these chains sort of like materializing and wrapping around you. How would you like to deal with this?
It looks like they're just around and not above me.
I mean, they're just sort of in your area, sort of enclosing upon you. Make of that what you will.
Can I like use magic to like jump into one of the trees, like push myself with more wind power?
Wind power.
You know?
Okay, so instead of just dodging out of the way, which would suck because it's just mundane, you gotta use a little magic. You're gonna like launch yourself.
Shoot wind out of my wand to like push myself further away.
I like it. Okay, so I would say that's a flight. That would be a flight roll, and once again with your magic roll as well, the d4. Okay, and do you have any bonuses to flight? No, you don't.
One actually.
One is just the stat is just if it's a mundane check. If it's magic, you gotta look at the magic bonus. So you have good flight if it was just like say dodging under the way. But 11 is still enough that you are able to sort of like launch yourself up as these chains coalesce and suddenly like clench themselves in on nothing as he looks and like the dust settles because a bunch of dust came up as you did it and he realizes you're not there. I'm gonna give you a chance if you would like to make a I guess it would be another flight check to sort of like be stealthy of the fact he doesn't realize you're in the tree.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's hide in the tree.
Yeah. So this is just a mundane check.
So +1 again?
Yeah, so you so a 6. That's not too bad. We're going to say that because of the dust that flew around and everything that happened as he like snaps his wand and the chains came in and the dust was flying everywhere. The dust settles and everyone looks and she's gone. And that's when it moves back to you. You get to attack him.
Oh.
And the DC is going to be a little lower.
I want to do like, I guess, the same thing, but I want to make like, instead of it being like a big gust of wind, it's like a really small, like targeted, like just, you know what I mean? Like,
so like a bolt of focused air.
Yeah.
On him. Okay, I like it. Okay, so that would once again be a fight check with magic. And you are looking at, you're actually probably looking at well, you've already beat it. Holy crap. Wow. You knocked that one out of the park. I was going to say it was going to be a 7.
Oh, okay.
So you got that's a 14, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you doubled that fucker. Okay. Because you don't have any extra bonuses in that? No. Okay. So, you beat it by 7 to 9. Okay. With this, you are so keyed in and he doesn't know it's coming. He doesn't block it at all. This beads in directly at his face and it looks like it's enough that it's going to take out an eye or something. And it's only at the last second that because of this sudden snapping sound you hear from Sensei Inu, it's like a whoosh, and it gets knocked to the side that you basically don't decapitate this kid. Oh, good one there, Seiko. Oh my, good thing I'm here. Whew. I'd say that's good enough for your bout. We definitely see where that went. Whew.
I was gonna like climb down the tree, kind of like.
Yeah. So. You climb down and like some of the others like Kenshi and whatnot, like they like actually smack you in the back being like, whoa, that was really good.
Thanks, you did pretty good too, Kenji.
And then Kazuo, the guy that you fought, like he actually comes up and like extends his hand, although it's visibly shaking. Thank you for that duel. Oh.
Yeah, that was really good. I like shake his hand too.
Thank you. Yeah.
Walk over. I'll be like, not bad.
Name's Kazuo. They them. New here. Good to meet you. Yeah, good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Kazuo. I'm Seiko. I'm not really new here. No, I joined with you guys. Yeah. I don't know. You know, I just guess I have a thing for magic, you know.
Oh,
anyways.
Yeah, apparently. Wow, wind magic too. Wow, that kind of inspires me. I never thought of wind being so powerful.
Honestly, I just thought it would be the most useful.
I could see that. Oh, that's the wrong one. You're not fighting him. You're fighting her. And then I'll show. I haven't showed a proper picture of her yet. Have I? So she comes in. She's got like a pierced ear. Her skirt is like hiked up like further than it should be hiked up. She's got like the sleeves actually torn off of her top. And she like looks at you, like thumbs at her nose. She's like, "Come on." Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. Let's see. Ukyo, yeah, you seem a little reluctant here. Let's give you first crack at it, huh?
And so he puts his hands on his lap and he bows to her. He's like, "Good to meet you. Great." And so he's going to like pull out his crappy ass wand temporarily, and he's going to flick it really quick and try and do a confusion spell.
Okay. All right. So you're going to try and disorient or confuse her in some way, huh? Yeah. All right. I like it. That would definitely be a charm.
Okay, how do I
so a charm, it looks like you have a D6 for your charm. Okay. And then because it's magic, you get to add the D4.
Easy.
And it doesn't look like you have any magic bonuses, so it's just that D6 and D4.
I have, I think, a charm.
Oh, you did a D6 and a D10.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I get +1 to charm. I don't know.
The +1 is just for mundane tasks.
Oh, okay.
You gotta look at magic if it's magic. So with that, you start describe to me how what the spell is looking like as you're casting it.
I would say it's like looks like a yellow circles coming out and just going towards her, literally like confusion, like Pokemon style.
All right, so these yellow circles come at her and she just casually with her wand pops them like bubbles as they come in towards her.
Amazing.
Nice try.
Yep.
Okay, you like charm effects, do you? Try this, honey. And with that, she starts to weave her own charm. These hearts coming out of the wand and everything. So I would say that you're mentally resisting it at this point. So I would actually give you, I guess, a brains roll.
Yeah. Go. That's my D20.
And you still get your magic die with it as well. Man, you guys suck at your rolls tonight.
Thanks.
Oh, your that roll was better though. You almost rolled better on a D4. However, that is enough. So as she begins to coalesce this aura around you, describe yourself how you break away these charming hearts.
Well, you see, while everyone else was practicing the wand, I was practicing the art of virginity, and I just literally focus on my books, and I just start thinking about all my books I read, and I'm going to read tonight, and literally I forget she's there. That's the only reason the charm doesn't work is I just forget she's there. So I'm like, I need to read this book tonight, and this book tonight, and that book tonight, and this book tonight, and just I completely go out of it. I disassociate for a second.
That would have been a good one to use the over the top dice with, just through the power of loneliness. So yeah, you break that away. The heart's shielded by your sudden text appearing in front of you, magical books, being shielded by the pages of these books as you're math, science, yes. And she's like, oh no, love was defeated by intellect. At which point it goes back to you. Sensei Inu is all right, come on, boy, let's try this. Try something different or the same. It's up to you.
Right, yeah, that was a great spell. And he looks through his notes really quick, and then he tries to flick his wand again, and this time he attempts to do a weird a mental chains around her, basically in a way that makes her unable to think. That's the only thing. Another confusion, right? But this time it's chains that are aiming for.
So another confusion thing. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna say bends the rules, so that's a 5. One person, that's a 3. We're looking at 8. Instant is plus 0. And you've already tried casting a confusion like thing before, so we're going to make that a little easier. So you're looking at a 9. You're trying to hit a 9, and I would definitely say that this is, once again, probably like a charm effect.
Okay. So that's my D6 and a D4. I need that's 3.
That is a 3, yes.
If I use Spell Slinger and put it to a 6, would that be okay?
You've got a special thing for that. If you fail a spell check, add plus 3 to the negative number. You still lose, but you won't lose as badly. Okay, yeah. All right.
Wait, you had to beat a 9?
He had to beat a 9, yeah.
You still have your points. If you bump it up to a 6 and then use your 3 points, you'd meet it.
No, his special ability doesn't let him win with it.
I see.
He can add 3 to the negative number, so he doesn't lose as badly.
Yeah.
But it specifically says you still lose no matter what if you use this ability.
Just make it a little less worse.
But you make it so that, like, yeah, you as you go to do it, she isn't like able to like turn it around on you or something ridiculous. But once again, like more of these like yellow bubble things come out and try to create like these chains of them to like sort of shackle her mentally, and she just kind of twirls them about, collecting them almost like it's candy floss on the end of a stick, and begins to eat them.
I've got to study more later tonight.
You're really trying to flirt with me mentally here, huh? Why don't you cool off a little? And and you see frost beginning to grow on the end of her wand as she snaps it forward.
He's gonna attempt to make a barrier.
Okay, all right. So this would be a grit. Once again, magic.
Oh no. Okay. A 6. I'm weak tonight.
Okay. So a 6 is not enough.
That's fine.
6 is not enough. So you can add. Looks like you can use Spell Slinger like all the time. Basically, you just lose less all the time.
Okay, I'll just use Spell Slinger again then.
Okay,
bump it up to a 9. Great.
Okay, so as she goes in to do this like cold cone thing on you, that's not cold.
That's fire. That's very much so the opposite.
This cold thing on you. You try to create the shield, and it's not quite enough to like fully protect you. You snap the shield up, and you think if you hadn't been as naturally good at spells as you were, that you probably would have taken some serious damage there. But because you're naturally good, you see Sensei Inu begin to raise his wand, but then you're able to reinforce the shield just enough that although it frosts over and shatters around you, you just have a little bit of like frost burn on your cheeks and whatnot, and other than that, you're basically fine. Oops. Oh, good job, everybody. Good job. Okay. Well, one moment here. And you hear like his phone like actually ringing. Oh, I gotta take this call. Sorry about that. Tell you what, just practice among yourselves for a little while, and I'll be back when I can. Just try not to be too crazy with your spells when I'm gone. Oh, okay. And he leaves.
And I'm just gonna run off to the corner and pull out my books and start writing down everything.
Kanashido steps up and he's like, I didn't get my turn. All right. I know who we want to fight. I know. Get over there, girly. And he, his buddy, Utaru, like, pushes Mimi onto the other side. And she's like, oh no. Oh. Yeah, let's go, girly. Is anyone like stepping in about this or anything?
Yoshiko this entire time has been a statue kid, like standing beside like a mural or something, trying to fit in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Looks over and waits for him to cast a spell.
All right. Okay. And you see
And when
Mimi,
he-
like, she's shaking so hard, it's a very good chance she's just going to drop her wand.
This guy's older, right? Like, is he my age? Or is
Actually, he looks like he is the only other upperclassman in here, aside from Sugimoto. He is the same age as Sugimoto.
When he casts the spell, Yoshi like runs forward and jumps in the way of it.
Ooh, epic. All right.
Oh, I was also gonna be like, why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Because I don't want to. And he snaps the wand forward. This black and red energy coming out of it. Looks like he's putting like all his gusto into it. Yoshiko, you're jumping in the way. How are you dealing with this? Like, what are you doing to try and stop this energy?
Like Yoshi sees how scared Mimi is and is so used to hurting herself that like that's referred to like her mind's not on like, oh, it's going to hurt. She's just like, well, I can take it, and she's just gonna like full on like throw her body in the way like she's like fucking the Secret Service with the president.
Okay, so it's not even magic. You're just like physically getting in the way of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm still gonna say it's grit because that's kind of like the defensive, like taking it type of thing, anyways. So we're gonna say it's grit, and I guess just straight up grit.
Okay. That's an 8. That's not bad.
That is not bad. It's not good enough, but
Wait.
yeah.
Can I yell out really quickly and be like, Yoshiko-chan, and give my loyalty and spend an AT to give him a +2?
Oh yeah, you've got like the super helper thing, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you can spend an adversity token and give a +2 to a friend, which
Bam.
would bring it to a 10. Which I'm going to let you know you are too short. It is a 12 that you're looking for because it was.
I will use my 2 adversity tokens to add to my score.
All right.
There we go.
So with that, you managed to like. Actually, you weren't doing a shield. You were just taking it, weren't you?
Yeah.
So he does like this like death ray thing. This like it looks like definitely whatever magic he's using is not. It is some sort of magic you're probably not supposed to be using, and he fires it forward, and you stand in the way, and it's in such a way that you like take it in the shoulder and kind of go flying a little bit down to the ground by Mimi, and you can feel the burning in your shoulder. Like you did take it. It's not like you're not damaged by it in some way, but you feel like if this had hit Mimi full on like it was meant to, she'd probably be dead. The fact that you were able to shoulder her out of the way and all you have is like a singed shoulder is definitely something.
Yoshi like stands up, gritting her teeth so hard, like clamping her jaw so hard that her gums are now bleeding and like blood is like pouring down her mouth.
Oh.
And she looks up with like this serious like look and goes, "All right, asshole, my turn." And she is going to cast a spell at him. She's going to reattempt the atomic wedgie with bravado.
Okay. All right. And remember, you guys have the over-the-top dice if you ever want to like give her on this shit.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
Like
describe
this is
to
gonna
me
be like next level. So like full on, like what Yoshi is trying to do is not only like have like this magically induced wedgie, but like the full on effect of like pulling the underwear over their head so they're wearing it like a mask, and like maybe having him like float by his underwear so it's like yanking it like the entire time, and then like just dropping him.
And what is the like mega name of this attack that you're doing?
Oh, atomic wedgie of death!
So you just like, now your turn, and then you're like atomic wedgie of death, and then you like snap it in. So you get a fight roll, and your magic roll, and the over the top roll.
Okay, guys, I need you to manifest the word explode, okay?
Explode.
Explode. That is the opposite of an explode. That's My magic
There we go.
die exploded. That's good. Okay.
So we're up
and
to
then
7.
what is my
You get a
over the top
D6.
die?
D6 for the over the top
D6?
die as you're doing your atomic wedgie death thing. So a 7.
It's 8.
8. Okay.
Is that enough?
It is enough. It will affect him, and although not majorly at the moment. 8
What
is
if
just
we-
enough.
If we bump it to 10, would it affect him majorly?
Yeah, it works. The way it works in the system is a gradient scale. The higher you go, the more effective it is. There's no top.
Oh, okay. Can I do my loyalty thing again and
Yeah.
get a +2?
Yeah, you spend an adversity
She got
token. We're
10.
upping this
Yeah.
again, so it's gone from an 8 to a 10. Is there anything else that's happening? Remember, multiple people can add adversity tokens, stuff like this. Yoshi can add her own if she wants.
I spent all my adversity tokens.
Okay. All right. So 10 is enough that it is basically the underwear suddenly gets yanked out. You hear as like the air is like rushed out of him as it like then goes like over his head, 2 little tears almost making it look like a bad superhero mask. As it tumbles him forward. It doesn't look like it did any major damage or anything, but he is like trapped within his own like he obviously was wearing like tighty whities type of underwear, and he's like
She's gonna put one hand over her face and start laughing and be like, "Oh, look at this shit stain! I think your new name should be Shit Stain."
Thicko's also gonna laugh and refer to him as shit stain.
all of the other kids like Kenji and Kazuo are also like chiming in on this. Mimi stays mostly silent still. She's kind of still sobbing a bit, although she's definitely like holding on to Yoshiko's skirt like for safety. And yeah, they're like shit stain, and that's when the sensei like comes back. He's like, sorry about that, kids, hope you all had fun.
Yoshi notices now that everybody's eyes are on her and on this situation, and her mouth opens like it looks like she's screaming, but nothing audible comes out until you hear dogs like barking in the neighborhood.
They noticed me. Oh, Yoshiko, glad you could join us. I wasn't sure you were here.
Just turns to him with the scared face.
Just like white eyes and like the lines under it, like she's crying.
Yeah.
Excellent,
Bulldog whistle.
everybody.
I'm gonna end up shaking my head, looking at Kaneshiro, and just be like, pathetic.
He like tears the underwear back off his head. Sensei, what is it, son? Nothing. Fine.
And a sheet staino.
Yo, whatever, puke face, or whatever. And then everyone's just like shit stain under their breath. I've had enough of this anyways. And Sensei's like, well, good timing, everybody, because I think that's about it for us for today. Had a good 45 minutes of practice. I mean, this isn't a full classroom setting, and it was just your intro, so no worries. I think tomorrow you're going to have a little bit of a longer time. And to say, we just wanted to have a little bit of fun. No one got hurt. I mean, I was here to make sure of that. Don't worry about it. Well,
Yeah, you sure were.
I sure was. And that's the lesson of the day, kids. Anywho, before we go, does anyone have any questions about awesome active magics?
Is there a book I can get?
Oh yeah. We've got a sort of like an intro to magic book that we can give all of you. You're going to receive it tomorrow in your first class setting, but I mean, if you guys want it today, sure, I can hand it over. Call it
That sounds good.
your primer to magic. It's good times. Come on inside, kids.
Oh God, reading.
Yes, reading.
I'm with you there, buddy. I've always been a little bit more of an active man myself, hence my field. But a little reading does the soul good. Yeah?
I was gonna say, in spite of not liking to be the center of attention and not interacting too much with people, Yoshi specifically keeps Mimi in the desk behind her.
Okay. All right. Let's. Mimi's there. She just with a very timid. She's timid enough that makes you look not timid. Situation. She looks at you and she's like, "Thank you. You saved me today."
Don't worry about it. I've got a thick skin. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. I'm not even sure if I should have been here. I should have just not done this and let them wipe my memory.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, they can't let you have powers if you're not willing to do the training.
That wasn't in the letter.
Oh. Yeah, my whole family does magic stuff, so I guess I kind of know a little bit already. This is their active sessions, sort of weed people out if they're dangerous, but normally it's in the second session they tell everybody about the choice. It's kind of simple, really. You can either be a magic person like this, or they can strip you of your magic and your memories and turn you into a Mundy. We sometimes call them husks, because you can't really weed out just certain memories, right? So they just kind of have to wipe it all. It's really no big deal. I had a cousin that had that happen to him. He works in a McDonald's now, and he seems pretty happy.
Yoshiko's just fucking in awe.
So the sensei comes in and he starts handing out these textbooks to all of you as you're wrapping up for the day. You all did really good today. Thank you everyone for not taking it too far and for really being team players. All of you have really stepped up, you know? So with that, I think we're going to end for today. Thank you again for joining the Spell Club, and we're going to see you tomorrow, as I do believe you're going to be doing something a little more interesting. I believe Sensei Snepu is going to be bringing you, and you're going to be mixing a little bit of potions or something like this. Not my big field, but hey, whatever. It's fun. A little more bookish though. And with that, he lets you out for the day. He basically he makes sure everyone's out of the classroom. He closes the door and then he just takes off.
I like to think that Harada's actually still in the classroom reading, but they just kind of left him there. He wasn't responding.
Thankfully, it's not locked or anything, but yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, Kanashido and his two goons or whatever, they give dagger eyes at Yoshiko, but they don't say anything. He just looks at you, squints for a minute, and then goes, huh, and then just walks away. You can definitely tell that's not done. And then with that, you guys move off for the day. And that, for our real life people, is today's session. The first session of Akuno High School Spell Club. So we got into the intro. We'll get into the meat of the story before you know it, but we're getting into the magical world here. So thank you, everyone, for joining me, and thank you to my wonderful players here. Thank you. There should be links in the doobly-doo below for their main Twitch channels and stuff like this. So for everyone, of course, realizing that this is a stream of streamers, so everyone else here that you're seeing in all the different directions are streamers or content creators or both in their own right. Check them out. I know Beachy hasn't done as many streams lately, but he still has RPG streams, just not as many of the video game streams, which are really awesome. I may be in them sometimes, so you want to check them out. Buddha streams various video games and whatnot, which is really cool. Misaki Pony there does I'm not sure your streaming schedule right now. I know it's been a bit up in the air because you up until recently were doing school stuff and whatnot. But check
now
them
I
out
just
anyways.
make videos for CBC.
Now you just make videos. Oh yeah, check that one out. We'll have a link for that one in a moment. And of course, Platt streams all the time. He streamed like 13 hours yesterday. So
Monster Hunter Rise, yeah.
so if you want to see one of his streams, just check in anytime on Twitch. And he's either there or he's either streaming or sleeping, in one of the two.
13 hours, yeah, that's light for Platt.
Yeah, really. Thank you everyone for joining. I can't do the raid out thing or anything, of course, because on YouTube you've got to be like monetized to get that feature right now, and they haven't adjusted where you get monetized for the streaming. So at the moment we're just going to say thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I could definitely use the more people if I can get to that monetized area and unlock some new cool shit, like, you know, custom emotes and like rating and all of that awesome stuff. So like and subscribe, please. I beg you. I've got no other life. Come on, I'm lonely. All right. As always, stay healthy, stay safe, and have a good one, eh?